guys, how are you? So in today's session, we are going to talk about the applications of decision tree. So basically, decision tree is an algorithm of machine learning, and we are discuss the applications of this decision tree algorithm. So let's start with this and applications of decision tree in real life. Biomedical engineering decision trees for identifying features to be used in the implantable devices. So basically, the decision tree can be used for in the biomedical engineering field where we use to identify features for the implantable devices, and secondly the decision trees can be used as a financial analysis, customer satisfaction with the product or service. So for that also we can use this decision tree, and we can also use this decision tree for astronomy, classify the galaxies, next the system control, and next, the manufacturing and production, that is the quality control, semiconductor manufacturing, and etc. So, in the field of manufacturing and the production, this decision tree algorithm is also really helpful. And in the field of medicines, like diagnosis, cardiology, psychiatry, and in these fields of medicines, like we also use this decision tree, and the physical like particle detection, we also use this decision tree algorithm to try to predict the where this particle is present. So let's talk about some of these applications in the detail. So first will came as the business management. In business management also we use this decision tree. Like in the past decades, many organizations has created their own databases to enhance their customer service. So they enhance their database so that they can extract the data from that database so that they can enhance their customer service. And decision tree are possible way to extract the useful information from the databases, and they have already been employed in many applications in the domain of business and management. So basically, this decision tree is very useful to extract the information from the databases, and it is very easy to use that. And in particular, decision tree modeling is widely used in the customer relationship management and fraud detection, which are presented in subsections coming next. So also to detect the fraud detection, to do the fraud detection, like the credit card fraud and something like that, other frauds, and customer relationship management, like how is customer is feeling good with us or not, like customer is satisfied or not. So for that also, this decision tree algorithm is very useful to predict that our customer is satisfied or not, and to try to do the fraud detection, solve these problems, we use this decision tree algorithm. And next is now customer relationship management, a frequently used approach to manage customers relationship is to investigate how individuals access online services. Such an investigation is mainly performed by collecting and analyzing individuals users data, and then providing recommendations based on the extracted information. By applied decision trees to investigate the relationship between the customer's need to and preferences and the success of online shopping. So to find out the relationship between the customers and the seller, like how is good our relationship with the customers, we need decision tree that how often they do the online shopping and how they will get satisfied from doing that shopping. And in many such ways we use this decision tree algorithm to find out that. Next, in their study, the frequency of using online shopping is used as a label to classify users into two categories: users who rarely used online shopping and users who frequently used online shopping. They just collect the frequency of the online shopping done by the users, and by collecting that data, they move on to another operation, which is like, in terms of the former, the model suggests that the time customers need to spend in a transaction and how urgent customers need to purchase a product are the most important factors which need to be considered. Like how much time they are spending on an online shopping website or like app, and what they are seeing, and if they get what they want, these all things are considered, like if a customer wants a thing on an urgent basis and he was looking for that and he can't find that thing in the appropriable price, so decision tree algorithm is used to show that show that object, or the show that the thing which customers requires at a good price. And with respect to the later, the created model indicates that price and the degree of human resource involved, example the requirements of contacts with the employees of the company in having services, are most important factors. So they also consider the factors like price and the degree of human resource involved and other things which are related to that product, and consider that. Then the created decision trees also suggest that the success of an online shopping highly depends on the frequency of customers purchases and the price of the products. Finding discovered by the decision trees are useful for understanding the customer's need and preferences. So basically the tree which we create by using all these factors and the data, that tree also suggests that the success of an online shopping, and it is only highly dependent on the frequency of the customer, that how often these customers will buy a thing or purchase a thing, and the price of that products. And these decision tree can find the discoveries which is useful for understanding the customers preferences and need about the customer behavior also. So that's all about it. And the decision tree algorithm is also useful in the fraud detection, fraudulent statement detection, another widely used business application in the detection of fraudulent financial statement FFS. Such an application is particularly important because of the existence of FFS may result in the reducing of government's tax income. A traditional way to identify FFS is employ statistical methods. However, it is difficult to discover all hidden information due to the necessity of making a huge number of assumptions and predefining the relationships among the large number of variables in a financial statement. So basically, it is also used in the detection of the fraudulent financial statement. Such applications are particularly important because they help to reduce the tax, and if person are reducing that this fraudulent financial statement to reduce the tax in a wrong way, then we have to detect that so that a person won't get rid of the tax. And next, like energy consumption. Energy consumption concerns how much energy has been used by individuals. The investigation of energy consumption becomes an important issue as it helps utility companies identify the amount of energy needed. So basically, the energy consumption concerns like how much energy is consumed by every household or every like shop and other things where the meter is applied, where the meter is installed, and there they check that how much energy is consumed by every installed meters, and they used to identify that which households were using the energy at high rate and at the low rate. Although many existing methods can be used for investigation of energy consumption, decision tree appears to be preferred. So if we have to do investigation of energy consumption, the decision tree algorithm is very preferable for that. This is due to the fact that hierarchical structure provided by the decision tree is useful to present the deep level of information and insight. So it is because due to the backend working of the decision tree, where the decision tree making a graph in its backend at the deep level, and the deep level graph is made by that decision tree is useful to extract the information. So that's why this decision tree is useful for getting to know about the energy consumption. Decision tree not only provide a deeper insight of the electricity consumptions within an area, but also gives guidelines to electricity companies about the right time they need to generate more electricity. So they don't give the deeper insights. Also, they give the insights to the energy generator company, like at this time you have to generate more energy so that the energy which is consumed by customer will get satisfied. And next is healthcare management. As decision tree modeling can be used for making predictions, there are an increasing number of studies that investigate to use the decision trees in healthcare management. This decision tree is also useful in healthcare management for making the predictions. As decision tree is used to make the predictions, that's why this is also useful. This decision tree algorithm is useful. For instance, Chang 2007 has developed a decision tree model on the basis of 516 species of data to explore the hidden knowledge located within the medical history of developmentally delayed children. And the created model identifies that the majority of illness will result in delays in cognitive development, language development, and motor development, of which accuracies are 77.3%, 97.8%, and 86.6% respectively. Such findings can result in the assisting healthcare professionals to have an early intervention on developmentally delayed children so as to help them catch up their normal peers in their development and growth. So to find out the disability in the children, to find out the developmentally delayed children, Chang in 2007 made a decision tree on the 516 pieces of data to find out these developmentally delayed children, that where they lag behind, and that was like 77.3 and 97.8 and 88.6% accurate to tell about that, and which is good for healthcare. Like 77% of children won't get delayed in the cognitive development, and 97% of children won't get delays in language development, and 88.6% children won't get delayed in motor development. So that's decision tree is also very helpful in this healthcare management. And next comes the reliability of findings. Although decision tree is a powerful tool for data analysis, it seems that some data are misclassified in the decision tree models. A possible way to address this issue is to exploit the extracted knowledge by human computer collaboration. In other words, experts from the different domains use their domain knowledge to filter findings from the created model. By doing so, the irrelevant findings can manually be removed. However, the drawback of employing such a method is the necessity of large investment, as it involves the cost and time of experts from different domains. So basically, although this decision tree is very powerful tool, but sometimes this decision tree misclassified, and this is because of the exploit of the extracted knowledge by the human computer collaboration. Like sometimes we need a domain expert who can find out that in the given raw data, we in the given data we have to use this amount of data, or we have to use these data, and we have to neglect these data, which can be done by manually. And doing this will involve cost and time of experts, which in, increases the cost and time. So this is the disadvantage, but the reliability of findings is also, this decision tree is good for getting the reliability of findings. And that's all for the like applications of decision tree, where we're going to talk about some topics, and then we get in detail about those topics, like where we use this decision tree, applications of these decision trees in detail, like in business management, customer relationship management, and fraudulent statement detection, energy consumption, and healthcare management, and also at last reliability of findings. So the decision tree is not only bound into these areas, but they are also used in other areas also. But for me, in the only one session, it's not possible to explain you all of the things. So I just recommend you that you should also do R&D, do more research on the this applications of decision tree, so that you can find more things. So that's all for the today's session. Thank you. Bye. Take care. Stay motivated and keep learning.